You know, it's not like you have to buy the horse armor. Yeah, that's how it all started. Thanks for the tip, by the way. Just ignore it. It's just some dumb cosmetics for your horse. It's not like it's going to become a bigger problem or anything. And here we are today. Ugh. Microtransactions, what a disaster. Where do I start? Well, let's start before this crap. For you kids out there, you see, years ago, developers would think of some sort of badass, enchanted weapon or legendary armor to include in their game. And they'd come up with some sort of challenge for us, the players, to obtain it. Maybe it was hidden deep in a secret passage in the corner of some dungeon. Perhaps it was guarded by some powerful side boss. Maybe you need to fill some unique set of requirements, like beating the game in under a certain time limit, or beat it without dying, and could unlock the reward for future playthroughs. This is how things were for a long time. Then, one day they thought, hey, you know what? Why don't we just pull that weapon or armor set out of the game and charge players like $5 for it? That way, we make more money. And slowly, we saw less and less things to be unlocked within the games, and way more available for us to buy separately. And sure, for a while, AAA games weren't so much affected, but like everything in the gaming industry that becomes profitable, it gradually affects more and more games. You see, for a while, even though there were a lot of microtransactions in games, the only ones that were really bad were mobile games, not allowing you to do much of anything without spending money on the in-game crap to improve your gameplay. And you guys, again here, told me, don't worry about it, it's not a big deal. You don't like mobile games, you don't play mobile games, you don't have to buy it. Yes, you don't have to buy it. That BS excuse is a theme here. Who cares? Okay, and before you know it, multiplayer games, pretty much anything with online, were infected. Even still, it went on. You mostly play single-player games anyway, right? Those are still fine. Oh yeah, but wait. Welcome to one of my most anticipated games of the year, Shadow of War. A sequel to a single-player game, now adding a new multiplayer mode to essentially justify their microtransactions. That's a trend too, by the way. Take a single-player game and tack on some garbage multiplayer mode just to justify microtransactions. What a horrible night for a curse. But still, you can argue you don't have to buy them, or just buy the stuff you really want. Both those things, they suck. In their journey to make even more money along the line, just letting people buy that legendary item they pulled from the game wasn't enough. Now we take that item and put it in a randomized loot box. Yeah, it's got a 1% drop rate, but the loot boxes only cost $1, so with like $100, you'll probably end up getting it. Isn't that fun? Are you doing fun now? It just totally devolved. So let me first slam the whole you don't have to buy it deal. Or, you know what? Even better, glad I didn't forget. You can earn some sort of in-game currency without spending real money. Yeah, let's go with that trash. Whenever there's an in-game way to earn paid items, it's always some sort of lame grind. Like, oh, you can get a loot box with 100 shards. Maybe in, say, that Shadow of War game, you get one for every 10 orcs you kill, so kill 1,000 orcs and you get a box. Yeah, let me enlighten you people who buy into this, that allow this to be the excuse. The games almost always have to have the in-game currency deal to keep people from outright boycotting this crap. They always sell that as the supposed silver lining. Oh, everything can be earned in-game without it spending any real money. And they put up some stupid grind wall for you to clear. So what happens is most people just end up saying, screw it. Just give me the box for $1 and let me get back to playing and actually having fun with the game. I don't have time. You know, people, especially people that have like jobs, kids, families, maybe they can get an hour or two a night. They don't want to sit there and be like, well, you know, the next 5 nights I'm just going to be killing orcs so I can get my next loot box. They don't want to do that. So they just pay. To me, it's not good enough. Call me when these companies are advertising everything is fun to earn in-game. You remember fun? The reason most of us used to play games? Rather now, we just get to throw money in your digital gambling system or do the same crap over and over again and wait for the inevitable disappointment. Thank you so much. God, how far gaming has come. And still, the you don't have to buy it deal. First off, anything game-changing should never be sold or hidden behind some greedy gambling system. But most of you, I'm sure, would argue that cosmetics are fine, skins and such. I always see people say that for multiplayer games, I'm actually kind of okay with the skins deal. You want to show them off to other players, it continues to support the games, which are oftentimes free to play. I get it. But again, in my $60 single player experience, get that crap out of here. And for the record, the Shadow of War loot boxes, for example, do have game-changing stuff in them. But let's stick with the cosmetics, because that seems to be the thing that a lot of you guys are okay with. My problem in single player is I'm seeing less and less cosmetic changes in games and more to buy. Like, seriously, I picked up 10 pieces of armor with different names, but they all look the same. But then you're going to sell me a new armor set for $5 on top of what I've already played for the game, or hide it in these loot boxes. What the hell? And I get that content costs money to develop for a game. And if you want to sell me some DLC, a new area, a new story, new adventure, with new items tied in it, again, this goes back to my original point, put the items in the world. Okay, great. But that sword that some guy just whipped up one afternoon isn't making or breaking the bank. Put it in the damn game. Stop being such cheapskates. And finally, my biggest issue, which I don't hear many people bring up, the enjoyment. The sense of achievement. Even if you're willing to pay for this stuff. Going back to how things used to be. A sword hidden in the deepest depths of some dungeon. You have to battle your way through hordes of enemies, your health is low, you're out of potions, you scratch, you crawl, and finally you reach that beast of a chest, crack it open, and get your reward. You'd really rather just pay $5 to get it instead? Or mindlessly grind some currency? Where's the sense of achievement? Oh yeah, it's gone. And that brings me to really the crux of this video. Why are you even playing the game? It's like, oh, you could just buy everything and then the game's over. Then it's like, don't even hit start. Just go buy all the stuff in the store and you're done. Go to the next game. You don't even have to start playing. Just buy all the stuff and then you won. You're the best. And I'm not saying this experience is gone throughout gaming. It's still there in plenty of games, but I'm seeing more and more titles go this mobile microtransaction route, rather than making these items and upgrades an achievement to be earned through challenge in the actual game. So I guess, you've all told me everything's fine, everything's good since the horse armor days, right? So my question would be, how out of hand are you willing to let this get? How much stuff pulled from games to be sold to you a la carte or through some gambling system are you willing to put up with? Personally, I've just had about enough, but I guess you guys love it, so who am I? Maybe I'm just the outlier. But let me know in the comments. As always, I'm John Zakari, and thanks for watching.